an extremely long time ago. Drug dealing spot or something. A local spot. Ciao ragazzi, from the ancient seaside village of Le Castello. This wonderful piece of architecture behind me has a huge history. So let's not waste any time and let's get into it. First we must dance though. Okay, enough. At one point in history, this wonderful piece of architectural magnificence was surrounded by water, and over time the land and the water has moved, and this resulted in the castle now sitting on an islet. A small piece of land connects the mainland to the castle, and this castle holds great significance within the history of this place. Many cultures have came and conquered and failed in owning this place, and it's directly linked to Homer from the ancient Greek mythological past. An incredible presence of history is held here, and it's a very special part of the Ionian coast. Now, this castle was actually never home to royalty or a family that owned significant parts of land or anything like that. The castle was purely built for defensive purposes only. Now, the mighty fortress that we see today, and that what remains, was actually built on an ancient Greek foundation. Now this is about 400 BC, so an extremely long time ago. And Hannibal, one of Rome's greatest enemies, actually took refuge here in the later years from about 200 to 204 BC. And once Hannibal left, the Romans set in, and the Romans owned this place for a while and strategically defended it with great purpose. And after the Romans came the Arabs. And the Arabs actually really owned this place. They took full control, and they actually expanded the fortress and made it bigger. They built onto it, built more features, more defensive purposes. The remnants are still left here today. Eventually the Arabs were forced out, and this resulted in some peace and tranquility, as the castle was then used for commercial trades. But this peace and tranquility did not last long. It once again became the site of looting, massacres, wars and disputes. King Ferdinand of Aragon eventually took back over and the surrounding land by the 15th century. And like many other pieces of this guy's land, he fortified it, he took care of it, and he made it defensive. Not long after this, the castle was put to its toughest test when the Turks invaded, followed by the Bourbons and then the French. The castle finally found peace in around about 1800 with the resurrection of the Kingdom of Naples, and then finally returning to the Italian state. This islet that this castle sits on wasn't actually the only island that was in this place. Over thousands of years, little islands have sunk and disappeared under the water. It's again a huge part of Greek history. Greek mythological history, to be exact. Let's go check out the rest of this amazing place. This huge tower in front of me actually dates back to the 13th century, and within this tower is 3 floors, 3 dungeon floors, and the bottom they created a cavity to trap rainwater, and this rainwater was vitally important when there was droughts. It allowed the people and the occupants to be able to survive, basically. And this was recreated all over the castle. Even in the entrance, they call it the Wolf's Mouth. The rainwater was collected and used as the moat, and then also used as drinking water and survival water for the occupants. These ancient Greek foundations that I was talking about before became evident in the early 1900s thanks to some excavation work and some rejuvenational archaeological work. Now we can notice this by the shapes of these boulders down here. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see it, but I'll give it a go. More evidence into how many cultures actually survived and thrived here. We just visited the Sicily sweet shop. We've gone from ancient era to modern era. We got an Italian sweet, a very famous Italian sweet, a very famous Sicilian sweet. And it is
cannoli
with ricotta cheese, but it's dolce ricotta, sweet cheese. So we've walked around the town, we've checked out some history of this amazing place, and I'm hungry. So we're gonna, have a bite to eat, have a drink, and go to the beach for a bit, and go snorkeling around an ancient castle. Let's see what we can find. Wasn't really too much out there. No giant interesting fish or ancient coins to be found, or shipwrecks, but it was okay. It was fun, wasn't it?
It was fun, it was good. The water's really nice.
Yeah, the water's nice and clear. It's actually a little bit cold, the water, but it was fun. Now we're going to sit and have a beer. Woohoo! Nice warm beer. Exactly. We're going to look for a camp spot for the night along the beach. Have a little fire, camp on the beach, maybe wet a line. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon on the water. So, we're going to go now, but before doing our bit, always when you can, keep some rubbish out. But it always pays to do a little bit of cleaning where you can. Ciao. Okay, now we can go. I don't know why I made that weird sound effect. But we have made it to this cool campsite. It's quite busy here. I don't know why it's so busy. There's literally a beach here. There's no shops or there's no town or anything. Look at some sort of drug dealing spot or something. Who's got the weed parked up? We've spoken to a few locals. They said it was cool to camp here. So we'll spend the night under the pine trees. Eden's cooking a tipica Calabrese dish.
Tropea onions and pepperoncino, chilies.
Which is the famous red onions that we talked about in one of the episodes, one of the previous episodes anyway. There was some rotting in the van and there was a stinky smell, and we realised that it was the onions because they're meant to be stored in a brown paper bag.
Brown paper bag or in like a box or something.
We know that stuff, but well, I don't really know it. She does. You're the cook, I'm the eater. And washer sometimes. I may go for a walk soon and go and explore. I haven't been to the beach. It's called the Americani beach for some reason. I'm not too sure why. We'll go and explore. Go and pick up some rubbish. Maybe go for a swim and we'll see what happens. Let's go. This is the beach. And yeah, this is the beach. So there's actually a sign over there and it says that it's not safe for swimming because there's no rescue services. But it doesn't look too crazy rough. It's long, man. I think at the other end where all those boats are, there's actually a kite surfing school. Now, I did read online that there used to be more buildings along this sort of promenade, along this front bit, and they pulled them all down, but this one's super dangerous. Someone was complaining it could fall on someone. So as we go in, let's hope that it doesn't fall on us. Let's see what's in here. Lots of rubbish, man. Ew. Ooh. A local graph spot, man. Forgot my cans, brother. Also looks like a local shitting spot. Oh, and the fucking spot. Lots of condoms. I'm gonna get out of here before I catch something.